Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Kinsani and I bring you faith, education, wisdom and lifestyle content. Please don't forget to comment, share, like and subscribe. In this video, I am showing you the tools you can use when doing your research as a law student or candidate attorney, and even if you are way above being a student or candidate attorney. I recorded the research component last week, and I'm just doing the intro and outro with this video. And just a note, and I've apologized a lot during the recording of the actual tutorial about the movement of the camera, because I was just using my phone. I was not actually recording the screen, but my hope was that I shouldn't hold back putting up this video on the basis that I lack the right equipment, because it might still be helpful for somebody who needs it and somebody who also, like me, is struggling with resources or how to actually do their work. So in the video, I consider some of the best research tools we have in South Africa, or the best databases we have for law students, and that is LexisNexis, that is JUTA, that is Sabinet, the Green Gazette. I also look at databases such as JSTOR and EBSCOhost. Yeah, and I think this will be very helpful. If you can utilize just 3 of these resources, you'd be like great at finding sources for your articles, for your papers, your research assignments. It will be really helpful for you. I thought just before, you should know that always look at the keywords, or find something that will lead you to the sources. For example, if you are referred to a case, let's say you're doing a case, Reflect for All or Reflect All, for example. In that case, there's references to other cases where the court says that, for example, in this matter this was stated, or the principle of this was considered in this matter. It's best for you to also go into that matter and find out how the court dealt with that situation, and it also increases the number of sources you've considered. So check the footnotes. On the footnotes, you'll see that if there's been an article or legislation considered, you will find those sources, and that will ultimately lead you into being the best researcher. So always check the footnotes. But I discuss a lot of how you can work out these resources and how to navigate them in the videos to follow. Yeah, so let's get into it. Hey guys, as I said in the intro, I will be showing you how to do your research on certain databases that you can find when you do your research for example, your assignments. So the first thing to note here on LexisNexis, the first one we're looking at is LexisNexis. So you'll log into your LexisNexis, and then you'll see on this side, you'll see that it shows you national legislation, provincial legislation, regulatory materials, gazettes, cases, LOSA pleadings, etc. So for example, I have found the cases part when it comes to doing research for work to be very helpful, in the sense that you get the case law that have been considered by the courts on certain subjects that have been considered. So let's say, for example, you were given a task at law at work as a candidate attorney, or as an attorney, or as a student. You were given research and you need to supplement that with case law. You'd come here onto cases, and then after that you see all of these options, right? You have all of these options, and then what I normally go to is the Graces Index. And then under the Graces Index, you will see the options that you're gonna get. You're gonna have case history, case reported, nota up, words and phrases, subject index. Subject index is the one that you go to if you're looking for a specific topic. For example, let's say you're looking for servitudes, right? You're gonna go to S, and then you're gonna go down and down, and there is servitudes. Click on servitudes, and the case law that has been considered on servitudes, you will find that, for example, there it says absence of statutory power to lay pipeline across land. So let's say that's the research that your principal gave you or your lecturer gave you. You'd know that, oh, this was considered in the matter of Rand Water versus Big Cheddar there. And then you can also download this extract, a PDF. You can get a PDF document of this entire thing, and you can literally just do a quick search on the PDF document to look for the lead word or lead item you're looking for. Let's say we go to, I just recently was looking for something on mining, so let's go there. Let's go to our searches quickly. Garcias Index. Okay, and then I want to go to mining, right? So I'm gonna go to M, and then I'm gonna look for mines. So mines, minerals, and petroleum. So I go there, and then this entire thing comes out. Like I said, you can download it, and then you'll have it saved as a PDF version. I'll show you, I was looking for something on protected areas, so I'm just gonna go quickly to the PDF version, and you can see how amazing finding case law references can be using LexisNexis. Okay, so there's my PDF document that I've downloaded from LexisNexis. Guys, I'm holding my phone, so it might not be still as I do this, but I hope it will assist you as you do your research for whatever paper you're working on, or as a candidate attorney for whatever instruction you've been given. So I'm looking for protected areas. I'm gonna type that out. And you see, it starts highlighting for me where there was something considered unprotected areas. And then resources, PTY Ltd versus Minister of Mineral Resources. Then I know if I'm looking for prohibition on mining and prospecting activities in protected areas, then I know I've already found certain case law that would assist me with my research. Coal mining activities in protected areas. Then I know these are the two cases I can look at to support my research, or support whatever paper I'm working on, support the article that I'm working on, support whatever work you're working on. I keep on repeating myself, but basically that. But LexisNexis offers so much more, guys, than just finding case law for your research. So let's go back to these content types. As you go down, you'll see that there's other options such as pleadings. There's also commentary. So with commentary, if you're looking for commentary by a certain author, for example, like a textbook, this gives you that opportunity, right, to look at that. So we can go to I think I'm gonna go to let's say okay, let's just go to wills, trusts, and estates, and then you can go to wills and trusts, and then it will tell you who the author of the work is. You can see there it says RP Pace, and it gives you the names of the authors of the book, and then it gives you what to look for. For example, you have the indices or indexes, however you say it, and then you go to wills, and then it gives you, let's say you go to E, and then it's gonna tell you estate meaning, capital gains tax, claim against, and then if you just go to whatever directory you are given, for example, let's say we're looking at spouse. We'd go to A45, and then it would give us all the stuff we need to know, for example, about spouses, right? So this is I think LexisNexis is one of those sources that you must use firstly before you go to any other sources, because it's very good at giving you direction when it comes to your research, and actually giving you a solution. Another way to quickly find your whatever topic you're working on is to just type in whatever question you have, exercising mining rights. Sorry, gosh. Exercising mining rights. And there it is. On this side, you can click quickly, and then it says case law, and then all the case law that, for example, has been considered on exercising mining rights will pop out. And that's about it, guys. That's about it with LexisNexis. I think now we can move on to Juta. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna log on to your Juta. If you have it on your school database or university database, must have Juta, because it's important for every law student to be able to use Juta. And then yeah, you're gonna log in, guys. I just want to say that when God grants me the opportunity and gives me some resources, we'll do some better work with assisting you with these things. I'm so sorry that this video looks is not as great as it should be. Okay, so with Juta, the best thing about Juta is that you are able to find your legislation. As you can see, you are able to find your provincial legislation, you are able to find your acts, you are able to find some reported cases. Importantly, you're able to find some journal search. I hardly use Juta for journal search. I think the best source for journals is Sabinet. So here I usually come for my acts, and yeah, I usually come for my acts and my cases. So with the acts, you will see why Juta is so important. I'm going to show you right now. Let me just sort out how I'm going to hold this cell phone. Okay, so now you're on Juta, and you'll see there at the top there's something called an advanced search, right? You go to that advanced search, and let's say you're looking for an act, you will click on act search, and then down here it gives you options. You can search in terms of a name, you can search in terms of an act number and year. So let's try just putting in the act name. Okay, and then you go down. Once you've put down your the name, you go down and click on search, and then it does what it does, and you know that the act you're looking for is the Petroleum Products Act 120 of 1977. You click on there, and then you'll see your act comes out, right? And then it will give you an option to view the full act, and then it's best to go and view the full act, unless if you're just looking for a certain chapter within the act and you know exactly what you're looking for. But you go to view the full act in order to access the entire thing. And then the most important thing, or the next important part of this part, sorry guys, I'm so sorry, okay, is that down here you have regulations under this act. So all the regulations that have been promulgated, you will find them under regulations under this act on Juta. So you'll see all the regulations come out, regulations, and they give you the gazette number and the year. Let's go down. and you'll see regulations. In, for example, here's a regulation in respect of the maximum refinery gate price of liquefied petroleum gas, and that's how you'd be able to access the regulations that have been published. Another source to know whether there's been other regulations published is to check out the Green Gazette. Okay, so I will do a quick search for you guys so you can see the Green Gazette to check out the latest legislation that has been promulgated. And then another thing that critically helps with your research in JUTA is that they have a part called legislation that has been judicially considered. Okay, so why is this important? Let's say you're looking for where the courts have interpreted at the section 12, which deals with appeals. So you'll just come here and on legislation judicially considered and see if the courts have actually dealt with that section before in terms of that specific act you're dealing with. So you see here, if you go down, there's section 12, there's section 12, there's section 12. Yeah, and what else? You can also, in terms of JUTA, look for case law, and that is important because here you find reported cases, mostly reported cases, or actually only reported cases. If you want unreported cases, I forgot to say, and old case law, LexisNexis is your bestie, it's your best friend, right? So you're gonna go and then you're gonna look, so here you can just put in the case name, or you can put in the citation, the year of the case, the volume, or the page. So let's say that the case, so the year would be 2004, the volume would be 1, and then the page would be 216. I think you just need to look at the case citation and insert that. I usually use the case citation, so I use this part to find my case law, because with the case name sometimes you spell something incorrectly or you just mess it up somehow, but with the numbers you're certain that you are going to find the right case, and you will just confirm whether it links with the case name. Okay, so now that we've dealt with JUTA, I think we can try and look at the other sources that I think are helpful for your research as a law student or as a candidate attorney. And I think that is Sabinet, that is Safli, that is the Green Gazette. I hope I haven't forgotten anything. And I think as a last resort, if you can still access your university databases, there's something called EBSCOhost. And that one is like, hey, if you're stranded and you need a specific source, that's what you go to. Okay, so you log into your Sabinet, and as I said, the most important part of Sabinet is that you are able to find articles that have been written by African authors. So you can see there it says Sabinet African Journals encompasses the breadth and depth of African research content. And another thing about Sabinet, I think they have you are able to access, not the journals one, you are able to access old legislation, guys, like ordinances, like 1903 or 1919 ordinances, town planning ordinances, and all of these old legislation you can find on Sabinet. So let's say here we're looking for an article on, you're looking for an article on the impact of mining in Africa, for example. I just said African minerals and communities, and then you just do a quick search there, and then we'll see if there's any results, and then you can see the results come out. Alone in the Dark, how the current mining and mineral legal regime continues to fail artisanal and small-scale miners, the state of human rights in mining communities in Ghana, and then you get to see all of these articles that you can reference for whatever research you're working on, you know, and you look like a proper full-on scholar researcher that is good at what they do. So I said another source that you can use as a last resort on getting a specific topic that has been decided upon is EBSCOhost, right? I'm just gonna copy the research that we did under SEBINET on African mining and stuff, and then just put it there and search and see what pops out on EBSCOhost. And then look at that, all that stuff comes out, and I think the nice part with EBSCOhost is you also get like people's thesis, although you can't access it, you can't really download the PDF version. For example, there you can't access that document as a PDF version, but then it's you get some form of direction in a sense. Yeah, so that's EBSCOhost. I wanted you guys to also know about Green Gazette and Safli. With Green Gazette, you must have, in order to access certain notices or like really old notices, you must have subscribed, or yeah, you must have subscribed with them and are paying, your firm or your university must be paying a subscription fee for the Green Gazette, and you just click on to there, and then you can see on the side, I can't log in because I think Green Gazette was hacked. So you'd see here, you do a quick search for what you're looking for here at the top. Quick search there. Let's say you're looking for a bylaw, Polokwane municipality bylaw. That's where you'd go. And then here you see all of these things where it gives you provincial gazettes. This is where you can just search for provincial gazettes. If you click on Gauteng, then you'd be able to see what's happening within provincial gazette for Gauteng. And you'd see all the applications, let's say for liquor licenses that are published in the provincial gazette in Gauteng, for example, or for town planning applications. And then yeah, and then there's also, let me just see, legal notices, national gazettes, that is the gazettes that are applicable to the entire nation. Like I said, guys, I apologize for this quality. Hopefully, like I said, if resources allow, then we'll redo this full scale, properly, step by step, and you guys will get to enjoy this lesson. And I hope it's still helpful regardless of the situation that we have at the moment. Last but not least is, you want a quick search, it's Google, and you're doing a quick search on a case and something called Safli will come up, and then there you can download a summary of the case. You can download it in Word version, in PDF version. Let me quickly do it for you so you can see. So I'm just gonna search for Full Retailers case, right? And there it is. The first thing you see, it's Safli. It comes out on Safli. And then you'd see here you have PDF format, RTF format, which is a Word format. And then you have links to summary, PDF format, and RTF format. And then there you are. You got your case quickly, fast, smoothly by just using Google. Okay, guys, I was doing so. I'm going to do the conclusion, and thank you guys for tuning in. It's a Friday night when I'm recording this, and I want to Netflix and drink. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, please comment, share, like, and subscribe. Please let me know if there's any databases that I have not mentioned that are very helpful for doing research in the law fraternity. Please let me know. It would also be of assistance to me, to your peers, and to I guess all of us, you know. So please share your comments, and goodbye.